What's up guys, today we're going through my shooting and editing process, how a Pokédex video comes to life. So if you're an upcoming YouTuber or someone who's just interested in the behind the scenes process, this is the video for you. Let's hop into it. First thing that comes with any video is going to be the planning and preparation. Now over the time, I start to do less and less planning and preparation because I feel like in general, I just have more general knowledge of how to go with the flow, run with it. But let's go through what I usually do. I have the app Keep Notes, and pretty much in here, I will make a list of all the points I want to cover in a video. This video, of course, is top 6 favorite Pokemon. It might not be top 6. I think we're doing top 6, but pretty much I will break down what the contents of the video are going to be in here. For example, for a past video I've made, is Tapu Fini good? I will have a thing that says intro, then I'll go through stats, moves, and CP, then the raid analysis, then the PvP analysis, final thoughts, and then the outro. This kind of just allows me to keep on track of what the points I want to talk about. I used to actually write scripts, get more in depth with the actual preparation process, but over time I found that scripts kind of hold you back sometimes, and also I've gotten so good and knowledgeable on what I want to cover in my videos that it's just kind of a waste of time. There are certain videos where I will go ahead and write a script up for bigger projects, and I do have a couple videos coming up like that. But in general, if it's just a quick video, or it's a video I've done multiple times, or it's something that's not too complicated, like my top 6 favorite Pokemon, I'm not going to spend hours writing a script. I'm just going to write a quick point by point what I want to cover in the video and make sure I hit every point. So when I cover the intro, bang, done that, and then I'll move on and finally complete the video. As far as recording things, by the way, I use the Canon EOS R with a 15 to 35, no, I think it's 15 to 35 millimeter lens. For recording, I just use a regular audio recorder built into the PC. And then for screen recording, I use OBS, which you can see right here. And I screen record my screen. And then if I'm gonna screen record my phone has a built-in screen recorder. Most phones do, just search it up and you could check, because that's probably the best thing than getting a separate screen recording app. If you wanna learn more about my setup, how the whole thing comes to life, I do have a video breaking down my YouTube setup. That video will help you as well to kind of get an idea of more of the gear that I use and less of the process. Today we're talking about the process. I'm gonna go ahead, record this video, and we'll be back getting into the editing process for you guys. Okay guys, so we just finished shooting the video. Now I'm gonna walk you through how I pretty much edit the video. Okay, so first of all, I'll have a folder called Top 5 Pokemon. There's a 15 in front of it because the date is 15. And in there, I'm gonna have a couple folders breaking down exactly what's going down. I'm gonna have a folder pretty much for all the footage I got from that video. For this video, we have the EOS R, which is the camera, and then we have the Shure SM7B, which is the audio. So pretty much I have a tab for exports once I export the video, and then there's a tab for thumbnail, and I have a preset thumbnail here, and also some other things I could use for graphic thumbnails like this, which is a preset shiny thing. I just throw Pokemon in there for any shiny Pokemon that are unreleased. This is pretty much a preset folder I have here. It's called line, and what I do when I have a new video is I'll copy over this new folder, and then I can just rename this, and then in here, all the folders are already preset. So instead of every time, and this is the biggest trick I'll give any editor, instead of every time having to redo a same action, if you can find a way to just have a quick version of it, it's gonna be the best. So that's pretty much what I did here, and then also you see how Pokédex edits. That's the video I'm gonna be editing after I shoot this video on how I edit about you guys understand. So in here, I pretty much have this. I'm gonna go ahead and open up Premiere Pro, create a new project here. I use Premiere Pro, by the way, to do all my edits. In here, I'm going to go ahead and give this a I don't like the new way they updated it, but I'm gonna give this a location. I'm gonna go into the top 5 Pokemon. I'm just gonna save my project in there. I'm gonna give it a name, top 6 Pokemon. Honestly, it doesn't really matter. You should be able to find it. And then I'm gonna click create in the bottom right corner. This will create the project for the Premiere Pro project. Okay, so pretty much once I've created a project, it's time to go ahead and add the footage. Import media to start. What I'll do is I'll actually just drag in the footage instead of doing the import, because I don't like that as much. And then I'm actually just gonna make a bin here. I'm gonna call it footage and put everything in here. I like to keep my workspace very organized. I'm also gonna create a new sequence. In here, I have a preset sequence. For anyone wondering what I use here, I'll just actually bring this up. I use a 1920 by 1080, so that's what I usually will shoot and edit in. And then I have, you can copy all my settings, but I shoot in 23.976 frames per second. Click OK, that is pretty much my sequence. Now what I can do is I can drag in my footage, is what I'm gonna do, and drag in my audio, and now we're gonna sync them. The way you sync footage in Premiere is you right click on both and you click synchronize, and then it'll pretty much just auto sync the audio to the camera audio, so I can just very simply get both. So I'm gonna go ahead, cut off the ends here very simply, just so that they are both the same length, bang, bang. And then I will go ahead and drop this audio in, and then there you go. Now we have only the good audio in here. I also like to turn up the audio because my mic does record pretty low. I will right click here. I'm going to click audio gain, and I'm going to click normalize peaks, max peaks to 0. It'll pretty much just analyze this thing and put it at the correct audio. Now you're going to see a lot of things I'm doing in this video are going to be done quick because I have a lot of keyboard shortcuts on my keyboard. The key to being a quick editor is learning keyboard shortcuts, learning how to move around, zoom in like this, you know, play. You know, I can even fast forward, you know. Learn your keyboard shortcuts. If you guys want to see my Premiere Pro keyboard shortcuts, actually, I'll just throw it up on screen. This is my keyboard shortcuts. You can copy if you want. It takes a little bit of time to learn, but this is what I use, and it allows me to edit like really, really quick. Okay, from this point, I have my footage, I have my audio all in a timeline, but as you'll see is when I'm recording videos, it's not a perfect one take. There's sections I need to cut out. There's ums, there's buts, all this stuff I got to remove. For example, here, you know, I'm talking, and then I stop, and then I decide what I want to say. Like for example here, I don't know, I'm playing with my hair. What is this? So these are all sections you're going to want to cut out of the video. So that's what I'm going to do next. Once I have my footage and the correct audio on it, and if I have screen recordings, I will overlay those screen recordings so they're in the correct positions as well. I'm going to go ahead and cut down the footage. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go through this whole clip. I'm going to cut out all the extra stuff. That's usually the first thing I will do. We're going to get into it. Let me go ahead and do that. We'll be back in a second. So we've gone ahead, chopped out the video. As you can see, it's gonna be nice and slim now. Pretty much now we have the base layer to a good video because we have everything we potentially would need. Now the next thing I'm gonna do before we start hopping anything else is going to be to color the footage. Using the Lumetri color tab here, I use LUTs. I have some base LUTs that I like to use, and they pretty much just preset the video in here under creative. If you don't know how to use Premiere Pro, you can come and select your LUTs, and I use the subtle classic LUT. Let me actually, this is odd right here. Put it to 50%, and then once I've added that LUT, I will do some minor color correction in the tab here. So usually I'll just bring up the shadows a bit. I'll add some contrast, drop the blacks, shadows a little bit more, and then maybe add a little bit of color. So yeah, pretty much like this is just a preset thing. I definitely recommend if you have a studio, like trying to find a good color combo so every single time you can just throw on that LUT and have that colored to perfection. As you can see, this is kind of like before, this is after. It doesn't really add too much. It just adds like a little bit of blue, a little bit of color into it, but yeah, this is like before and after. Definitely recommend you guys have a LUT. And then once I've gone ahead and thrown on my LUT, I can come over here into effects controls, copy paste the Lumetri color thing and put it onto the master clip. Pretty much what this does, if you don't know in Premiere Pro, it'll throw it onto every instance of this clip. So now wherever I go in this video, wherever I change around with this footage, always going to have this coloring LUT on it, and it's always gonna look the way I want it to look. So that's pretty much how I do the coloring for my videos. It's very simple, it doesn't take a lot of time. I don't recommend, especially someone like me who's pumping out a lot of videos, you don't want to spend too much time on the coloring, and if you can find a way and speed it up with LUTs, that's gonna be the way to go. So once you've done this, pretty much what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna come to footage or come to my bins here. I'm gonna make another folder called asset. Now this is the biggest tip I have for any single person who is making YouTube videos or any consistent videos. Have a folder with all the graphics you ever could possibly want for Pokemon Go. I have a Pokemon Go folder over here. It's just in under videos. Doesn't really, I don't know why it's here, but I can simply drag this Pokemon Go folder in here. There's about 40 to 50 gigabytes of pictures of Pokemon, pictures of shinies. Okay, sorry about that, my computer crashed, but we're okay, back in it. So as you can see here, I have the Pokemon Go tab, and then in here, I pretty much have like anything I potentially need. I have graphics of every single Gen 6 Pokemon. Hey, I need a picture of a Gardevoir. Let me just drag that in. Bang, I have a Gardevoir, and then I can move it around. And I have so much stuff. So I definitely recommend you guys try to build yourself one. I have in here logos, you know, logos of random stuff I might ever need in here. I even have other YouTubers, you know, let's say I want to give a shout out to Zoe. I can throw in a picture of Zoe. Zoe, sorry, I have a graphic of you. Trainer Club, we got Reversal, who doesn't make Pokemon Go YouTube videos anymore, but pretty much have some basic stuff. There's a couple of people I'm missing here, but I have some other graphics as well, like Pokeminers, Sylph Road, Calci IV. You know, this is just a thing you want to do because it just saves me so much time in having to go and search out on the internet every time I want to add a graphic of something. So that's pretty much what I have. And now, once I've imported this is when I will start to go through the video and add those graphics. I have the base of the video, I have the footage, I have the audio, it's all cut up. Now all I gotta do is add text, add pictures and things like that to make it fun and spicy. This is usually the longest part of the edit. It'll take me about a couple hours usually, maybe max of 3 hours, depends on how long the video is and how graphic heavy it is. Sometimes I don't add as much graphic, but I'll pretty much go through, this is like a 10-minute video, slowly go through this whole 10-minute video, add graphics where need be. That's what I'm gonna go ahead and do now. We'll see how long it takes me. It's currently 11:06. We're gonna see when we're done. I'm gonna go ahead, start adding the graphics to this video, and we'll see you guys back at the end of when I'm done that pretty much. Okay guys, currently 12:18, so it's about an hour and 10 minutes later. As you can see, it's gonna be the longest part of the video. I've gone ahead and I've cut up the video. So pretty much what you're gonna see here, you're gonna see graphics, a bunch of things just popped up on the screen. It's a very simple edit. Like I don't wanna go too deep into how I do it. You can pretty much analyze from my videos my style, but pretty much what I'll do is, you know, if I say the Pokemon Hawlucha, I'll put a picture of Hawlucha. If I say the shiny of Hawlucha, I'll put that on. A new thing I've been doing a lot is blurring out the background and then putting big text like this. So you just use a simple Gaussian blur on the background, then you have things. I think it's a pretty good style. As you can see, it happens here with the number countdowns as well, and also with the typings. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do. The biggest thing I always say to you guys, just get assets, get everything in a folder so that every time you edit, you have access, quick access to everything you need. It allows this process to go a lot faster. If I was searching individually every single time for every single thing I put on this video, I'd be at it for 4 hours. It'd be insane. So yeah, that's pretty much this step. Now the next step I'm gonna go ahead and do, audio is the last thing I do. But before I do audio, I usually will do effects and animations for these texts. Now, you know, these things are pretty simple, right? I have, you know, a Hawlucha pop on screen and this pop on screen. I wanna kind of add some spice to it, make it more interesting than a simple cut. I have these effects and you can pretty much get these on Motion Array. I have a subscription, I think it's like 35 bucks a month, but they give you access to like Premiere Pro presets and different presets that you can pretty much use to automatically animate your things. So instead of having to spend your time a billion times adding zoom ins, zoom outs, and different effects, these presets pretty much allow you to do. So I have a couple in here. Ones I like to use a lot are gonna be the bounce presets. I choose in, angles, and then as you can see, if I put this onto this graphic, you're gonna see when I use this animation, bang, you see it pops in like that. So look, bang, you see? Like that's a nice little effect. So instead of having a simple cut, I now have these cool little effects dropping in those things. So that's pretty much what I will go ahead and do now. I'll go through, I don't add all effects to every single thing. Sometimes I just like a simple cut in where a graphic cuts on screen or something like that. But that's the next thing of the process. So I'm gonna go ahead, add all these effects, and we'll see you guys back in like 5 minutes. This shouldn't take you too long. It's literally just dragging and dropping presets. Okay guys, I've gone ahead, added pretty much what I was gonna add. Now you'll see some of them don't actually have effects. Like as you can see here, just a simple cut into this, but then sometimes, you know, I add those effects. So some of the graphics have effects, some of them don't. That's just gonna be a creative choice for you, but that's that step. Now, the next step is going to be audio. One thing you'll know, and if you've ever taken any video production course or anything, audio is way more important than video. Taking the extra time to add sound effects, good music, make sure your mic is clear and all that stuff is like the #1 key you should be doing for videos. I'm about to spend probably 10 minutes adding, you know, hit sound effects, pop sound effects, you know, whooshes, just different things that will add life to the video. And when something slides on screen, you'll hear a whoosh like coming in, you know? So it just kind of adds some more life to your video. Audio is the #1 thing. If you want to upgrade your videos, before you think about cameras, all that stuff, think about adding audio, sound effects, all that stuff that will do well. Also, while I'll do this, I am going to add a music track. I usually will just drop the music track to -20 decibels. So I'll just put that in the background. And if you're wondering where I got my music, again, this Adobe, this Motion Array, it's like a 25 subscription per month. They have a bunch of royalty-free music here. Great options, plenty of different genres as well. Jazz, folk, you know, upbeat, pop, rock, all that stuff. You can make a choice and it's completely free. You don't get copyrighted or anything like that. So that's what I normally use, and sometimes people send me beats as well. And final thing I will do is I do have a preset audio effect. If you guys are interested in seeing what this is, I can definitely like maybe just put it like link below or something where you guys can download it. But it's pretty much just a preset audio effect in here. It adds a dynamic processing, parametric equalizer, and multi-band compressor. It's a simple, it works with my mic. It's pretty much a preset created for this mic to make it sound like it does in the video compared to when it was shot. I am looking for help with audio work, so if you are an audio engineer or anything like that, or you know someone, hit me up in the email at info@pokedaxi.com because I'm looking for more stuff. But this is what I usually use, and I'll just throw that on all of the audio clips here. I'll just kind of like go like this, or no, I'll go like that, and then I'll just drag on the preset. I'm not gonna do it right now, but yeah. That's what I'm doing now. I'm gonna add audio effects. I'm gonna add this audio effect to all the soundtracks, and I'm gonna add a music track, and then we're gonna get to the final part of this video. Okay, so it's a couple minutes later. It took me about 15. I've gone ahead, pretty much added everything I want. I have this whole sound effect layer, as you can see, plenty of sound effects. We got the audio as well. Sometimes I'll even cut out the audio just for like a little comedy effect. Sometimes people do that where you just cut out the audio. You can add cricket sound effects, things like that. The best way to kind of learn what works in an editing or what people really enjoy, first of all, ask your audience, but also like watch other people, YouTubers. You know, there's a lot of great editors out there who edit for some big YouTubers. You watch their videos and you found effects and different comedy, you know, relief things they put in their videos, and you know, try it out in yours, and maybe your audience will enjoy it. So yeah, at this point I'm gonna go ahead and select the whole clip. I'm gonna go ahead and click Control M. This will throw up the export menu. Now I export my videos in 4K. Reason being is that if you export in 4K or upload to YouTube in 4K, it actually will compress a video less. So having an export in 4K, people of course have the option to watch it in 1080p. If they don't watch it in 4K, it's too much internet. If people are watching in 4K, even if it is not originally shot in 4K, it is still going to be a higher quality file, and it will be downscaled less, and it'll pretty much look better. Obviously, if you shoot 4K, export 4K, and you can export in 1080 if you edit in 1080, but 4K is what we're gonna go to. I'm gonna export it to my exports folder, which we had set up. Doesn't really matter what the name is. It's gonna be pretty easy to name it, find it, but you can name it what you want. Click export, and then you pretty much just let this bad boy go, depending on how many effects and how good your computer is and all that. And there's a bunch of factors. It's gonna depend how long it takes to export. My exports usually will take, you know, 10, 20 minutes, and it really depends on the video and the effect heavy, but this is like a 10-minute video, not too effect heavy. Good way to tell in Premiere Pro is if there's this line here, you see it's yellow. If it's red, that means it's going to be effect heavy because the graphics card is having trouble processing it, but it's not. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this export, and we'll talk about making the thumbnail, or actually we can get right into that right now. Pretty much in my folder, I will have a thumbnail folder. In here, I will have a Photoshop file. A Photoshop file is gonna be a simple 1920 by 1080, 60 by 9. The size of a YouTube thumbnail. It's pretty much the exact same size as the video. I'm gonna go ahead and open that up. It's gonna be a blank canvas, and then now it just comes to creating art and finding out what the video is. It takes a long time to find a thumbnail style that works for you. Obviously, you can take inspiration from other YouTubers, things that they're doing, and this works for any genre. But try to put your little own twist on it if you can, and it's really just gonna take practice. I don't know what tips I can give you guys for making thumbnails. One thing is you can always outsource your thumbnails, get people to do them for cheap. You can get thumbnails for like $5, super cheap on like Fiverr, or just like if you find a private person who does it personally for you. Me, myself, I just kind of try to come up with an idea. I'm gonna have to try to come up with an idea for this. This is my top 5 favorite Pokemon, or I'm not gonna call the video that, I'm gonna call it something different. I don't know, I'm gonna figure it out. I'll have the screen recording of me creating this thumbnail on screen so you guys can check it out. But yeah, pretty much as that video exports, I will begin to start working on the thumbnail. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. And then once the video is exported, I'll have my thumbnail done, and we can pretty much upload it all to YouTube and do all the metadata and like the title and all that stuff. And then the video is gonna be done. That's pretty much the process. So let me do this, and we'll see you guys back in a second. Okay guys, just finished the thumbnail. Pretty proud of it. Let me know what you think. This text right here, I didn't make this myself. I actually can use the app we were talking about earlier, but you could download like preset Photoshop graphics. So if you're not the greatest graphic designer and you still want to get cool graphics like this, and then you just preset what type text you want in, and it makes this like this cool top 6 thing. I made a couple other things. Honestly, I think it's a pretty cool one all around. Now pretty much what we're gonna go ahead and do is upload the video, add the thumbnail and all that jazz to YouTube. So I'm gonna go ahead, hop on here, click upload video, pretty simple. Bang, 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 find the file. Now from here, pretty simple stuff. You're just gonna go ahead and put in all the info. So we'll put in the title. I'm gonna call it top 6 Pokemon ever made. Here I have a preset where it adds links mentioned in my video, so I can pretty much preset if I want to add any links, like, because usually I'll say link below, link below, link below. I don't think I have any of those in this video, so we can leave that out. We have a timestamp preset, music by this guy. I used to use this person's music who sent me tracks, so I used to have that credit preset, but I don't use that anymore. And then pretty much I have all these preset things. I have my camera gear, different auto catchers, places you could follow me. This allows you, in YouTube, you can actually go into the settings in the bottom left corner here, and you can actually preset your default uploads. When you upload, it'll always upload this. I even have a PO box in here if you guys want to send me stuff to the PO box. Pretty much it allows you to not have to retype in everything in the description every single time. Saves me a lot of time, so I can just leave that. I will usually come in here, I'll add a couple hashtags at the bottom of the video based on what the video is. I'm gonna call it favorite Pokemon. I'm gonna add Pokédaxi favorite Pokemon. I had a friend tell me that this kind of helps engagement, but I'm not 100% sure. We're gonna upload our thumbnail that we created. Bang, top 6, very simple. We're gonna go ahead, put it onto a playlist if there's a playlist. I don't think I have a playlist. I don't have a playlist for it, so we're just gonna leave that out. I'm gonna go ahead and add tags. This is a secret. I have my friend sent me this, rapidtags.io generator. You can input the title of your video, so my favorite Pokemon or like the idea, and it'll instantly give you a bunch of tags about your thing. So top 10 favorites, all this stuff. You can copy these tags. Not all of them are gonna be perfect. Like some of this is like sun and moon. I'm gonna just remove that ultra sun. Like this is not what the game is about. Then I'll add it. I'll have to add in some of my own like Pokemon Go top Pokemon and other things, but it kind of allows you to quickly get some tags and get going. So I'm gonna add the recording date. Usually I add this metadata, video location. I'm from Ottawa. You can add the game Pokemon Go. And finally checks. Do you want to publish it private, unlisted? I just usually private right away, and then I will schedule it when I'm ready. Or actually, usually I'll actually allow my members to view it first. But so yeah, now the video's on the channel here. I can pretty much come in here, add the end screen and all that stuff that you want to do on any YouTube video. But that's pretty much the editing process, start to finish, all the way up until uploading the video. So I gave you guys pretty much the full rundown. Pretty much that's the video, guys. If you guys want to see more in depth on any of the stuff, let me know below, or I can try to answer them myself, because I don't know if I'll ever make another how to edit video. That's pretty much the in-depth, start to finish how I edit. Remember, guys, I've been editing for 5-6 years now. So, you know, most of this stuff comes super natural to me. And for you guys, it might be a little frustrating using Premiere Pro, using DaVinci Resolve, whatever editing software you use, but just trust me. Edit a lot, do it consistently, and over time you will understand and you'll get a workflow for yourself that works. That's kind of how my workflow works, that I feel comfortable with. So yeah, that's the video, guys. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. And that's pretty much the last video of the 3-part series of the behind the scenes of Pokédaxi. We covered the day in the life of Daxi, we covered the room tour, and now we did the how to edit. If there's any other, behind the scenes videos you want to see, let me know in the comment section below. But hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. We're gonna see you all in the next one. Fall for this one. Peace.